now locked in with the #1 podcast around. News, life, and beyond. Hosted by the realest voices in the game. Steve J, Adam A. Real life, real people, real discussions. No scripts, no filters. Just straight truth. East Coast, stand up. We're breaking stories, speaking facts, and bringing the real voices to the table. Rappers, hustlers, survivors, fighters, everybody got a story.
I just finished year 3, so it's really it's grown, and it's more like a business now than anything. Less a hobby, more like a business.
Right. What made you decide to take it seriously?
I think I always took it seriously from the get. I think if you go into anything, that you're expecting to or hoping to make like a profit, you want to take it seriously. And that's just who I am as a person. I don't start something without having the intent to see it all the way through. But I think like legitimizing it even more, probably within like the first year, realizing, okay, this thing has legs. Like people will say you can make money on social media, but seeing is believing. It doesn't mean you're actually making it. There's people that with millions of followers that don't make necessarily money, they could just have Instagram followers and they're not really converting their revenue,
Yeah.
And then there's people with 10,000 followers that could be making hundreds of thousands, you just really don't know what the specifics are. But I've always taken things seriously from the start.
Where'd you get your information from to decide, what you would need to start it, be able to get yourself monetized and all that? Who taught you how to get down that path to do all that?
So when I first started, I had partnered up with a studio who they didn't know anything necessarily about like YouTube or anything like that, but they did know about podcasting and they had the equipment and they knew about cameras. So I kind of studied them, watched them, and then also learned from other friends that were in the business or online. It's such a big tool to use. YouTube or just Google, and now there's ChatGPT to kind of learn everything. Mm-hmm. When I first started, there wasn't ChatGPT, but now, everything I've learned now it could be easily accessible through there. So it was a learning process, and you're always improving and learning and implementing new things. I'm constantly changing thumbnails, intros, hooks, titles, everything kind of just to adapt it and make it better each time.
How do you decide how much time to put into it? Because obviously you got to have your own time for yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, in this business, it's always, you're kind of always on, whether responding to a comment. Like before I go to bed, I'm responding to comments. When I wake up, I'm responding to comments. I'd say it's more set scheduling in regards to like interviews. I'll only do like one a day, sometimes twice, but I prefer to just do one because they could be long. And then I try to edit at least one episode a day. Yesterday I edited 2, so I don't really have to do any today because I'm getting ready to travel early next week, so I have to have everything uploaded before I leave. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of just always going, you have a rhythm, you memorize it, and it's second nature. It doesn't necessarily feel like work, I mean, we just sat for an interview and I only had to ask one question in the beginning and a couple at the end,
Yeah.
So I think it all depends, but it necessarily doesn't feel like work for me.
I enjoy doing it myself. So
yeah, it's fun, man.
Yeah,
especially when
fun.
you're passionate about it. Even when you're not making money in the beginning, it's you're grinding, you're doing your thing, and you're starting it from the ground up. It's not handed to you.
We've been doing it for 3 years. We haven't made a cent yet.
Yeah, and you'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there
that
eventually.
First dollar is more than what most people could do.
Definitely.
So it's just a grind, and it's just getting out there and doing stuff organically, like. And different. Maybe YouTube's not your shtick and you realize that, Facebook is what's going to work for you, and you post a full episodes to Facebook and boom, you're monetized, You don't know what's going to be the thing that hits,
Yeah.
For me in the beginning, it was YouTube, but that's not like that for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just finding what is your unique take on it and how you can elevate it.
Yeah, definitely.
do you think if you would have went to a tougher jail, the outcome would have been the same?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I considered my experience tough too, just because of me not knowing how to navigate the system, how I acted in there, like gambling, doing all the things you're not supposed to do. But I mean, I think maybe I would have had a less chance of surviving if I went to a tougher jail. But in regards to experience and learning and what I used to build the podcast, I think it would have been the same outcome, maybe some even better stories. But I think my experience was unique to me and helped shape my interesting take on the prison experience, because you have so many guys that are like, I did the stabbings, or I ran a gang, or I did this and that in prison, and mine was just like a fresh young take on it, you know?
Yeah. What do you think about that? Like when you hear all the stories about, all the, tough guy stories, how do you feel about that when you hear guys saying stuff like that? Do you not necessarily believe them?
I just think they're so dumb. I mean, I'm sure some guys are telling the truth, and there's some guys that maybe copy another person's story, but just the concept of gangs, I just think are dumb, you know?
Yeah.
Just everything about it, I get why people want to join gangs, especially when something impacts their childhood. But the fact that grown men are out there, recruiting young kids, or still a part of this gang stuff. Like I'll have guys that come on the podcast that get out of prison and stuff will say they agree that the gangs are, dumb or whatever, but then won't recant or, say that they're not a part of, say, the Bloods anymore, Yeah. It's so silly, Yeah. Take care of your kids, get a job, do what you got to do. You don't need to be in gangs.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just silly.
It's really not worth it,
No,
in the long
they
run.
just take so much, man. Same thing with dealing drugs and really any type of criminal activity. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
So what was it like being on No Jumper and being around, I said that wrong, but whatever. How do you feel about him being knocked out by the guy that fucked his wife?
No Jumper was cool. I like Adam. I watched some of the fight. I mean, I did my own boxing fight before, and it's hard to get in there, But I mean, I'm sure he did it he got a good payday.
That's what I think. That's what I felt.
Yeah, and I'm sure he knew he was going to lose going into it. You're going up against a big dude, But also the whole, it's social media, it's hype, it's clickbait, saying the whole, he banged my wife. It's not like his wife cheated on him with him. That's their shtick, That's what makes them work good. They're just playing to their advantage, you know? So people can hate on him for that, but that's what he's doing, and that's what he's making money off of. For every person that hates, he just makes more money from it.
Oh, yeah.
So, good for him. Adam's a good dude, treated
Would you let your girl fuck another guy?
Hell no. But that's not my shtick.
Yeah,
they're into that shit.
Thing. Yeah. Well,
it's just awkward.
Yeah, you do what you got to do. Maybe it's a business for them, you know? So maybe it's not even about if they like it or not, just business, Yeah. So
that's what I got from it, that it was just all about to just try to make money.
Yeah. I mean, they did the fight in 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
It's no different than Tyson going to fight or any of these other guys,
Yeah.
Well, Tyson and them made a lot more money.
Oh, yeah, they made it. But it was a different format,
Yeah.
Tyson's a big name, I mean, Jason Love didn't really get famous until this whole thing came about anyways. I had no idea who he was until this whole thing happened,
Yeah.
Adam's more famous in my eyes than Jason, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think Adam's pretty funny, because he don't seem like a hard dude at all, but he has all these people that are hard on.
And I'm sure he's got a hard side to him, but he's got swag, like there's just that effect on him. He's confident,
I'm surprised he hasn't been beat up more than he.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Well,
definitely a confidence.
They had a couple problems over there at No Jumper, I guess, in the parking lot or something.
Oh yeah, there was like a shooting or something, or stabbing or something. But yeah, he's confident. People like that, The girls like that.
He seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
What was it like meeting MrBeast?
He's a good dude. I had a blast doing the MrBeast video, and he's just a hard worker.
Very hard.
Yeah, very hard. He's always grinding. He would fly from Africa to film with us and then fly back. It was good. It was a great experience. That's like one of those once in a lifetime opportunities. So I'm glad I was able to do that, and it worked out for the best.
When you did the jail episode where you were in jail with the other black guy for how long was it? 30 days or 60 days?
That was 100 days.
100 days.
Yeah, that was MrBeast.
One of the parts on there, they gave you the option to spend $30,000 on some snacks. And you chose to take those snacks for $30,000. Was that real?
Well, it wasn't. It was buying commissary items, and then you get the food, like the MrBeast Feastables, every purchase.
But they take $30,000 off of the prize.
That's
prize
all.
money, right?
Everything you spend is real.
Yeah.
So we started with $500,000, then we spent $50,000 on the gym outside. So that gets deducted.
So you really think $30,000 is worth some Feastables?
No, I mean, it was worth getting we got the haircut clippers. That was the most expensive haircut of my life. It was a $10,000.
just straight truth. East Coast, stand up. We're breaking stories, speaking facts, and bringing the real voices to the table. Rappers, hustlers, survivors, fighters, everybody got a story, and we're telling it right here. While other buck can't talk, we live it. While other buck can't follow, we lead. And yeah, we taking out all the competitors one episode at a time. This is the movement, this is the culture, this is the voice of the streets. So tap in, lock in, and turn it all the way up, because you're rocking with East Coast, stand up.
Favorite it, but most of all, YouTube. Go on YouTube, look us up, News Life and Beyond. Push the button, subscribe and like, please. And share it out to the world. You can also call us, 959-951-9117. Or you can support us, buy some merch. We got shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, sneakers, hats, keychains, Funko Pops, bracelets, mugs, tumblers. Shit, we can make your grandmother a pair of thongs if you want. But for all the love and all the support from everybody that has, we love you. We love you, we love you, we love you. Adam A, Steve J out.